Hi everyone, Kenfinity here, and here's my review of Take Shelter, directed by Jeff Nichols, starring Michael Shannon, Jessica Chastain, Tova Stewart, Shea Wickham, Kate Mixon, Kathy Baker, Natasha Randall, Ron Kinnard, Scott Kinsley, Robert Longstreet, Heather Caldwell, Sheila Hullihan, John Cloak, Mariana Alekchi, Jacques Jovic, Jacques, because it didn't have an accent, but of course when it's spelled JACQUE, Jacques. Bob Maines, Charles Moore, Pete Ferry, Molly McGinnis, Angie Marina Smith, Isabel Smith, Tina Stump, and Ken Strunk. Great cast, really is. And this film is about a hard worker named Curtis who lives in Ohio with his wife and his daughter, and he works really hard at this it's not quite construction, but he does a lot of, working with trucks, and it has a lot to do with soil and dirt and things, but they do wear hard hats and do some construction. So he works for like a plant, and he does a great job. He loves his wife. His wife is really nice, but she doesn't take any nonsense, and his daughter's hard of hearing, so even his wife are always making sure that she can understand, like either they have to use sign language or just speak in a certain way and everything, and things are going great for them. But one day, Curtis starts getting these visions of some sort of situation, of, some sort of storm or something. He's wondering, what is going on here? And it causes him to start sweating and, things to happen to him mentally. And he has a history of, of mental illness because something happened to his mom years ago. And they talk about it in the film, so I don't want to, say too much. But something happened to her, and so this is different happening to him. But it's kind of similar to what happened to her, kind of. And so he's trying to figure it out while, trying to do everything at work, try to get a raise, and make sure that he has plenty of money for his family and everything. And you can tell he's just trying his best. Like, he really is, working the hardest, of course. Always have to, And so he's just working his hardest. And things are going good. But you can tell that he just feels like he knows that something's going to happen. Like, he's getting these visions from you. And you can tell, like, everyone around him is just trying to help him, figure things out. Of course, his wife and this therapist that he goes to really help him. The others are just like, what's going on, But they were the ones who are like really deeply, even more deeply, helping him and everything. But he's trying to figure this out. Well, they're trying to figure out what's going on too, But he's pretty much got it, But it's just getting stronger and stronger for some reason. And then finally, this storm is actually about to occur. And I don't want to give it away, but things happen. We see it a little bit, and you can see how his wife is like, what is going on? Like, she's just like, what is going on, with you? Because she wants to help him, of course, like, what's going on here? And so they find out what the storm is, what's happening. And then at the end, it's very poetic how it ends, and how his wife and his daughter goes, wow, we gotta do something, And I don't want to give away exactly what happens, but it's very, like, you see, like, wow, they're gonna take care of this. They're gonna take care of everything that they need. They're gonna take care of this situation the best way that they can, of course. Yeah, so you can tell, like, they're wanting to get this taken care of. And while Curtis was doing everything at work, taking care of his family, while these visions started happening for some reason, but they just stuck together and got through this. Had to, Oh, that was great. It was really well done. You really see how Curtis, he's a regular person. And he's just trying to get things, taking care of everything. His wife is loving, and she's just no nonsense. She loves him. But won't let him just get away with, saying certain things. Like, he would, like, come late to dinner and things like that. And so I figured, what is going on? So they finally figured it out. And, they tried to find a solution. And it's really cool seeing how much he loves their daughter, too. They loved their daughter and everything. And how his boss was loving what's going on, too. But wasn't as sympathetic as his boss, But it was still like, hey, let's work this out, His co-worker, his other co-worker's best friend was best friends with. And they just tried to figure out what's going on. It was really touching, like, how they all tried to help him out and everything. And it was really realistic, because, like, everyone is just like, hey, what's going on here, But you can tell they're still trying to do what they've got to do, too, Like, they're helping, but they're still focusing on what they need to do. It was great. Also, just like seeing just a little bit more of the effect on Curtis from having, like, a little bit more of, like, how it's draining him a little bit more. Or just, like, exactly how it's affecting him. Maybe not draining, but, like, exactly more of how it's affecting him. But you see, definitely. And a little bit more of his wife doing everything, to figure this out, too. And it's more on how it affects, his job, even more. But you see how it does. And the more of, like, the storm approaching, and things like that. But you see it, like, approaching everything. After these visions that Curtis has and everything. Oh, yeah. It was wonderful. It was really well done. Yeah, it really makes you, wonder what's going to happen with the storm. Is it going to come and everything? Like, it's really, like, ramping up. So is this going to happen? It's really well done. I think Harris-Kenfinity is great. Thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and these videos, Harris-Kenfinity.